Hello and welcome to Campus Voice STEM Beyond the Lab. I'm your host Ruth Mwangi. Today's episode is not just about wires, volts, and equations, it's about real world solutions coming from our very own campus. After months of silence following a 3-month strike, students at the Technical University of Kenya are back, and they are not just resuming classes, they are bringing the lab to life. Today, we are diving into a story of innovation that started in the classroom and found meaning in the community. This episode highlights how engineering students are stepping out of the lecture halls and into the real world, testing ideas that respond directly to the needs of the underserved communities. It's not every day you hear about university projects making it beyond campus notice boards or end of semester assessments, but today's guest and his team have done just that. Their work reminds us that innovation isn't only about flashy tech or Silicon Valley dreams, it's about relevance, sustainability, and impact. In rural and peri-urban parts of Kenya, power supplies remains unreliable, inconsistent, or completely unavailable. For many, even something as simple as charging a phone requires a journey, sometimes long and costly. And yet, mobile connectivity is now central to accessing mobile banking, health information, education, and emergency services. That's why we are exploring today's matters. It addresses a basic need that unlocks access to so much more. When you think of a solar energy, you might picture industrial-sized panels on school rooftops or rural health centers. But today's story takes a more efficient but also community-friendly. Designed with cost, accessibility, and sustainability in mind, this solution was developed by a group of students while with little funding but plenty of determination. This project is a great example of what STEM can be done or when it's rooted in empathy. It shows us that the best engineering doesn't always start with blueprints, it often begins with lived experiences. The desire to solve a problem you once faced yourself is a powerful motivator, and when combined with technical skills, it can lead to ideas that are both meaningful, imaginable, and scalable. So today we're not just talking about circuits and solar panels, we're talking about the mindset of young innovators, the journey from idea to impact, and how local solutions can shape global thinking. Stay with us as we meet the brilliant mind behind this innovation and explore how STEM can bring light, literally and metaphorically, to communities often left in the dark. Joining me now is Brian Otieno, a final year student in electrical and electronic engineering. His team developed a solar-powered charging station designed for off-grid communities. And trust me, even if you've never touched a circuit board, you'll find this fascinating. Brian, karibu sana to Campus Voice.
Thank you, Ruth. I'm excited to be here.
Let's start from the top. Tell us about your capstone project in your own words, the way you told me.
Oh, yeah. So our project is a mobile solar-powered charging station built to serve communities with unreliable or no access to electricity. It's capable of charging phones, small items, power banks, and even low-wattage appliances like radios.
Ooh, that sounds game-changing. Like, what inspired you to have this specific idea?
So I grew up in Siaya County in a rural area where power outages are common. I remember walking several kilometers just to charge my phone at a shopping center. That experience stayed with me when it came there is a time it came to a pitch idea for our final project. I knew I wanted something that could directly benefit people like my family.
Oh, okay, that is so inspiring. So let's break it down. How does your system actually work?
Sure. So we start with the solar panels. They collect sunlight, convert it into the red current or DC electricity. That electricity flows into a charge controller, which prevents overcharging and safe stores the power into a deep cycle battery. From there, we connect it into the inverter, which converts the DC into the AC power. That's the type of power most household appliances use.
There's a lot of wires and electricity going on there. So it's like creating a mini power grid.
Yeah, exactly. It's decentralized, and that's the beauty of it. It brings power close to people. No KPLC needed.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about the process of building it. Like, what were the biggest challenges you faced during that time?
Oh yeah, obviously there's challenges, quite a few. The biggest one was system overheating. In the early stages, we had a day where the battery box overheated in the sun. We had to work our casing using aluminium and passive ventilation.
And Kenya gets hot.
Tell me about it. We also had to consider rainy and cloudy days, so we added a small wind turbine prototype to complement the solar panel. It didn't perform well in low wind areas, but we learned a lot from the hybrid model.
Oh, okay. Did you test this like in a real community?
Yes. Our pilot site was a youth resource center in Kisumu. It was eye-opening. People came with dead phones, torches, and power banks. Some even brought their portable radios. The station became a daily stop for border riders and students.
Oh, how did the community receive all that?
They're incredibly supportive. Our one small kiosk owner started offering paid phone charging using our system and donated part of the profit to maintain the setup. That sparkled the idea of small scale entrepreneurship.
Okay. Let's get a bit geeky. What kind of battery did you use?
So as you know, we have so many different kind of batteries. For us, we went with a 12V 100H deep cycle lead acid battery. It's more affordable than lithium ion that is locally available. We also included a voltmeter for users to monitor the power levels. Transparency, which is important.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of deep cycle lead acid battery. Okay. Was your team all electrical engineers?
Mostly, but we collaborated with an environmental science student for this for the sustainability model and a business student for our course project plan.
Okay. Let's talk about cost. How much will this system cost a regular community?
Okay. Our prototype costs around 18,000.
That's
But
a lot.
with the mass production and simplified design, we estimate the cost could go down about 12,000. That include labor and transport.
So you cut 5,000 on top of that. That is amazing. And there's also still a lot for some of the households.
Yeah, true. We're working on a rent-to-own model and group financing for the community centers, so individuals wouldn't bear the full cost.
Okay. Engineering is often seen as male-dominated. What's been your experience?
Yeah, I can say most of the people, engineering is mostly male-dominated, but for me, I don't think so. But yes, that perception still exists, but I've worked with some incredible female engineers on campus. Some of the best. I think the conversation is shifting, but we need to create more inclusive spaces early, even in high school.
What's next for you after graduation?
For now, I've applied for my master's program in energy engineering. A long term, I want to start a social enterprise that develops modular solar station for disaster relief areas and refugee camps.
Ooh, okay. What's been like your biggest lesson from this project since you started?
What I could tell you, tell a young boy in a rural Kenya who, like for me, who came from Seattle County, who is dreaming of becoming an engineer. start where you are, use what you have, and never stop asking why things work the way they work. You belong in STEAM.
Okay. Brian, what will you tell a young boy in rural Kenya who dreams of being an engineer?
What I can say, that innovation isn't about a big budget. It's about solving the real problems with what you have, and failure isn't the end. It's part of the learning process.
Okay. So you will say like they belong in STEM. Everyone is belongs in STEM.
Yeah, everyone belongs to STEM.
Okay, thank you, Brian, for sharing your story. You've made STEM accessible and human, which we wish you all the best.
Thank you, Ruth. It was a pleasure.
Okay, and that wraps up this segment of Campus Voice STEM Beyond the Lab. Beyond the lab, STEM is becoming more personal, more localized, and more urgent. Students across the country are looking at their own communities and asking, what can I fix? What can I build? And that shift from theory to action is where real transformation begins. When innovation is born out of necessity, it tends to be practical, adaptable, and deeply rooted in real lives. What stood out most in today's story is that innovation doesn't need permission, it just needs intention. You don't have to wait until you graduate or land a job to create change. The skills, ideas, and tools you're learning right now are already powerful. Whether you're studying engineering, design, medicine, or media, your perspective matters and your work can be a lifeline for someone else. And let's not overlook the importance of collaboration. This changing station project didn't happen in a vacuum. It was built through teamwork, cross-disciplinary thinking, and feedback from the very people it was meant to serve. That's what makes it sustainable. That's what it makes it more than just a school project. It makes it a prototype for social change. We also hope that stories like this encourage institutions, NGOs, and government bodies to invest more in student led innovation. When students are empowered with mentorship, funding, and room to test their ideas, the possibilities multiply. Innovation shouldn't be confined to elite labs or startup incubators. It should be growing right here on our campuses, in our resource centers, and even in our dorm rooms. Finally, to every listener, whether you're a student, a teacher, a policymaker, or simply someone who believes in the power of ideas, keep paying attention to young creators. Support them, share their work, and challenge them to go even further for their future. The future is not waiting somewhere in a boardroom, it's already being built panel by panel, wire by wire, one bold idea at a time. We've seen that innovation doesn't need a skyscraper lab, it just needs passion, purpose, and a bit of sunlight. Stick around, we've got another amazing project coming up next. Damn, bado uko hapa. Imagine show ilishaisha and all the serious stuff tumemaliza. But if you're still here, congratulations, you've just unlocked the bonus level of Campus Voice. Mshai ever notice like how STEM students always look like they're either building a spaceship or they forgot what planet they're on, like tuko Earth, why not? Like 1 minute they're up explaining sijui Oman's law, the next minute they're like, wait, tumekula. True story, I once asked an engineering student what time it was and he gave me a full breakdown of how sundial works. Sir, nilikuwa tunataka the hour, not a thesis. Also, can we even talk about how every STEM group project has like this one genius. Ule genius tu anajuanga kila kitu, and then there's this one person ana Google solutions from like 2007, and then kuna ule jamaa tu, he's just there to bring snacks, and obviously kuna ule tu anakujanga tu ikiisha anasema, did we win? Like hadi yako anajua process ilikuwa gani, he just came. So until next time, may your wires never shut, may your code always compile, and may your campus Wi-Fi be ever in your favor. Stay sunny, stay silly, and hey, don't forget to charge your power banks.